Michigan is experiencing a renaissance, and Michigan businesses are leading the way. The birthplace of American industrial innovation is blazing a new trail as revolutionaries in the fields of education, manufacturing, services, and technology. Join us as we profile companies and organizations who give Michigan the edge. Welcome to another edition of Michigan Edge Business Edition. I'm Sabrina Cronin. On this month's episode, we visit the company that was just named the #1 metal roof distributor in the United States, who also gives back to its community in a major way. We also visit an innovative jewelry company that gave us an exclusive look at a new gem, and a new hockey team that is ready to take the city of Flint by storm. Join me as we take another journey to find out what gives these businesses the Michigan edge. American Metal Roof is a Michigan-based company that prides itself on producing an excellent product with exceptional service. But its love for this country and passion for giving back has made it like no other. Here is owner Frank Farmer with his story.
American Metal Roofs is a Michigan-based company that has a lot of national attention, and we've been written about a lot across the magazines and newspapers and in a book about our company. We have many national awards for houses that we've done that have won national awards, like the #1 Victorian house done in the United States we did several years ago. But we have many of those national awards on individual homes that we've submitted. But some of the awards that we're most proud of is our Excellence Awards and our Quality Awards. Where in my industry, among roofing, if you've got a 70% satisfaction rate among customers, that's considered good. Okay? We enjoy a 98%. So when we get those customer satisfaction awards, those are the best.
Frank Farmer started out in the window industry, but switched to roofing when he found people were having serious problems with asphalt roofs.
I noticed real fast that there seemed to be some people who are having serious challenges with asphalt roofing. And you started to see it when you called on a customer and found out that their roof at that time might be 13, 15 years old, and they said they had bought a 25, 30-year shingle, and the roof was shot. And when we started investigating, we found out that the oil content in the asphalt shingles had been reduced since about the mid-'80s up until that time. So if somebody had a newer roof, it wasn't made like the roof 20, 25 years ago that they had prior. That was really the start where we really seen that, that metal roofing was the roofing of the future, and that the asphalt industry was on a path to self-destruction. Quality metal roofs are set up so that they have a fastener that will allow the metal to expand and contract. Or else, over time, you got serious problems with that roof. The roofs that people are seeing today and have become so popular with all the styles of slate, tile, shakes, it's never ending. What you see out there in regular roofing is now replicated in metal and is absolutely stunning. Is designed to be out there for 50+ years. Some of the roofs will be on these buildings truly a lifetime. The lifetime of the building, 100, 125 years. So there's a lot more than just getting a roof. You know, they get something that's going to take care of the building, but they get a roof that is the envy of the neighborhood, that they're proud of. I would challenge you to go out and look at a roof that we put on 15 years ago and tell me when it was put on. If you go look at a 15-year-old asphalt roof, it's being torn off already. You go look at a 15-year-old American metal roof, and you can't tell me it wasn't put on last week. It's that nice.
American Metal Roof is a company that loves this country and loves giving back to its community. Its many efforts to help the less fortunate stem from Mr. Farmer's personal struggles.
We have a very soft spot in our heart, and it really It goes through our whole company. It comes from the top down in that we have attracted the type of person that wants to give back, and give back in a big way. Some of our big programs are feeding the public. And we literally go into the communities and we will distribute semi-loads of food to the needy. These people, we had one just yesterday, and the people line up starting 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for a 10 o'clock giveaway. That's what the need is so strong. So this year the goal was to give away 100,000 pounds of food to the needy. Some other things that we've done with the community are we've built some inner city parks and helped out the city. So we have a way to directly give back. We've given away roofs to veterans who are in need. We've provided roofs for Little League dugouts, baseball places where the kids can go and play. Try to continually give back. It's a lot what the community doesn't see because we don't put our name on it. We go out and really try to give back in the spirit that people should be giving, and that is not for notoriety, but to help the community. I grew up in inner city, part of a very large family, and we didn't always have food. And people don't understand not always having food, and I'll define that by literally sitting down at a table and maybe having some toast for dinner. I can remember my friends having things to eat and me not having anything to eat, and I can remember opening up a pizza box at a neighbor's house that had crusts in there, and when they turned their back, the ashtray had been emptied, so I got rid of that and remember eating some pieces of leftover pizza because I was hungry. You don't forget that. There are many circumstances in life that take us from having and have not, that are totally out of our control. And just because somebody made wrong decisions in life that maybe put them in need doesn't mean that we're not supposed to help them. And that's where the need comes from us, and that really runs through our whole company, runs right through our culture statement and who we are and what we're going to do and how we're going to treat people is really faith-based. We work as a company as God first, family second, and business is third, and we truly mean it. If I could explain anything to anybody about this company, it would be about the heart of the company. And the heart of this company is to develop a culture that was second to none. A place that people wanted to work, a place where they could be proud, a place where they wanted to give back, and because of the company, they became better people and affected the community. And when we keep doing that and keep making our reach further and further, not only in the state of Michigan, but outside of the state of Michigan with that value system, we make it a better America. And that's what we're trying to do. It's way beyond us.
Hey, Jennifer Fuzzmike, Trooper Money Slang. Aw, scram!
I'm Chris Mike, Jubby Rollbon, Shall to lead up in Kisbet.
Peace, charity, get town down.
Toot-faced dummy way.
Brona brood.
What?
With the top 100 shows preloaded, Xfinity is perfect for people who want to join the conversation. Catch up on the shows everyone is talking about. Get started with the Xfinity X1 Triple Play from Comcast for $99 a month for a whole year. Call 1-800-XFINITY or visit Comcast.com today.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
When you sit down with attorney Sabrina Cronin and her law firm, they'll stand up for your rights. Backed by a full-service investigative division, Cronin Law delivers results, whatever your legal issues may be. Your problems on the table, and see how much more Cronin Law can do for you.
We're the Cronin Law Firm, bringing more to the table.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
Why watch football indoors? Instead, root for your favorite college and NFL team on the spacious football patio at Fifth Avenue in Royal Oak. You'll love the food and drink specials, and this festive atmosphere is perfect for everyone. Of course, inside, how about a game of pool? Fifth Avenue has the most TVs in town, so you won't miss any of the gridiron action. Your premier sports spot this football season, rain or shine, is Fifth Avenue. When you think football, think Fifth Avenue in Royal Oak, where the fun lasts all week long.
I'm Doug Podell, and this is Rock 900. Catch Rock 900 every Tuesday night at 9 right here on CN 900.
Coughlin Jewelers started out as a small jewelry company in St. Clair, Michigan that is now distributing around the country and soon a supplier for Zales. Owner Patrick Coughlin is a visionary and trendsetter in his industry and gives us an exclusive look at some of his latest pieces.
Coughlin Jewelers started out about 25 years ago in St. Clair. And we started in a very small store, about 1,000 square feet. And at that point, it was just me and one other person. And then we added a jeweler, and slowly and gradually, now we have a big store in St. Clair, right? And it's about 6,000 square feet, filled with diamonds, gold, and jewelry. And we have 17 employees and two jewelers. Our mission is to create jewelry for people that is different. I don't want you to walk into our store and think that you're in Jared's or you're in Kay's or you're in J.B. Robinson. I want you to walk in and be wowed. I want you to say, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before. And that is what Coughlin's is all about. The mall stores, and I don't want to clump them together, but Jared, Zales, J.B. Robinson, they're all good stores. But the problem is, if you go into any store, it's the same jewelry. You know, if you go into a Jared in Ohio, a Jared in Michigan, or a Jared in Las Vegas, it's the same jewelry. So what they have to do is the main retailers have to create the same model over and over and over again, right? So the chances of you owning a piece of jewelry from a mall store and having you see it on someone else's finger, there's a pretty good chance you're going to see that. Here at Coughlin Jewelers, we don't have to worry about that because almost all the jewelry is made here. Our jewelers are designing things all the time, and we don't mass produce. Like if I make you a ring, I'm not going to make 10 more of those for somebody else. And that's the last thing I ever want is when you're at a party and you see a girlfriend wearing another piece of jewelry, I want yours to be different. That's what's really neat about the Coughlin difference. A first-time customer when they come into Coughlin Jewelers is going to be a little bit overwhelmed because the store is so large. We have a 6,000 square foot store. But what we try to do is make it homey, comfortable. We bake chocolate chip cookies every morning. You know, if you come in the morning, you can have coffee. If you come in the afternoon, you can have beer or wine, right? We just try to make it very nice. The other thing that they're going to find that's different than most stores is the selection. We do carry more engagement rings and more jewelry selection than most stores. And lastly, our jewelers. Oh my gosh, they are like creative masters. They really make the greatest rings and pendants that I've ever seen. We have a design center in our store that you can actually see the jewelers working. And not only can you look down and see your piece being made, but eventually, in the very near future, we're putting in cameras all around our jewelers. So what we'll be able to do is tell you, if you can't watch the jewelry being made, we can tell you on Friday morning at 11 o'clock, turn your computer on, go to our website, and you'll actually be able to see your jewelry being made right then and there. And there's going to be a two-way camera. So you're going to be able to talk to the jeweler. You're going to be able to tell him things that you like or you don't like, or concerns that you might have, and he's going to be able to talk right back at you. It's a very interactive way, and no one's ever done it before, so we're just testing it. But that's one of the things that we like to do, is try to be a little bit more innovative and creative.
Putting cameras into its design studio isn't the only innovative project Coughlin is a part of. This year, Coughlin's will be producing a dual-purpose ring and introducing a new emerald.
They found a material that they called Esmeralda Amarelo. What that means is, in Portuguese, that's yellow emerald. And it's the same chemical makeup as a green emerald, exactly the same, except for there's so much iron in the mountain that it actually turns the gemstones from a green color to a yellowish green color. So what we did is we brought a dozen of them back to St. Clair, Michigan. I sold them all in one day. Insane. I've never had a product go like that. So I called Gilberto back, who actually is the miner and the cattle rancher, and I said, send me 30 to 40 more of those stones. And he did. We sold them within 2 days. So it finally, a little light went on, and I was like, wow, we're onto something. And then we decided to sell them wholesale around the country. So now we're on Holland America, Celebrity, Royal, we're on all the major cruise lines in the Caribbean, which now has also spun us into doing stores around the Caribbean. And the greatest news is, we are now a supplier for Zales. We're launching in November 1st into about 600 stores nationwide, and it's going to be called Emerald. It's the brand. And what's awesome for St. Clair in Michigan, it's all made here. We bring the stones in from Brazil, we make the jewelry here, and now we're going to be able to supply many stores, and tons of people are going to have some really cool jewelry. I'll doodle. I have my little yellow book, and I sketch all the time. And I sketched out this ring, and it was different because you can take this ring, which is our company logo with diamonds all wrapped around the top. That's what I started with. But then I decided to turn the top and turn it into a pendant. And even on the side, it has diamonds. If you want, you can turn it the other way, and it's plain. It's actually called hand to heart. And because you can wear it on your hand, and then you can wear it close to your heart.
The success behind Coughlin Jewelers stems simply from its passion for diamonds and what they represent.
The biggest compliment I ever received is when I sold a lady a ring. And the great thing about jewelry is you typically, when you buy it, you hand it down to your daughter or your son or your granddaughter. You know, it's something that they can cherish and remember mom or grandma with, right? It lasts forever. This lady had bought one of our emerald, one of our unique pieces, and she started to cry. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And she was like, no, this is the most beautiful piece of jewelry I ever owned. And I was like, oh, that's very sweet. And I said, you know, you'll be able to hand it down to your granddaughter or daughter. And she said, no, I'm gonna be buried with this. I'm like, wow, wow. I still get goosebumps today because I think of her almost on a daily basis. And that was really the best compliment we had ever received.
Hi, I'm TJ Lang of the Green Bay Packers, and you're watching State Champs, the world champions of high school sports.
For over a decade, the multiple Emmy Award-winning State Champs covers all sports statewide, 40 weeks a year. Catch State Champs Sundays at 9 a.m. on Fox Sports Detroit and StateChampsNetwork.com.
No, you are. No, you are. You're handsome. Whoa. Oh, when I found out that every person who tries Hungry Howie's fast and easy online ordering gets free pizza, I decided to clone myself. Awesome.
Yeah, unlike when you tried to ask out Rita P-Horn.
It's not my fault she didn't like my jorts.
I can't even stand working with one of you.
Any word from P-Horn? Jorts.
Say oh yeah to fast and easy online ordering. Get a free medium pizza with your first online order. Now that's an idea.
Hungry Howie's.
At Lawrence Technological University, you'll go way beyond the books. Professors with real-world experience deliver hands-on instruction in small classes, helping students land co-ops, internships, and research projects. By graduation, 80% of LTU students have jobs or plans to pursue master's degrees. And most Lawrence Tech grads earn more than their peers. So if you're ready to embrace your possibilities, we want you at LTU.
Great shops, great eats, and great places. It's My Destinations, only on Xfinity On Demand. From Detroit to Grand Rapids, now you can check out some of Michigan's greatest destinations. Delicious pizza, Michigan craft beer, great family museums, and so much more. It's easy. Push the On Demand button on your remote, navigate to Get Local, and select My Destinations. It's My Destinations, only on Xfinity On Demand. Another way Comcast stays focused on the community.
It's time. Comcast and CN900 will provide live coverage for Wayne State University home football games, beginning September 12th versus Truman State, September 19th versus Malone, October 10th versus Grand Valley State, October 17th versus Northern Michigan, October 31st versus Findlay, November 17th versus Lake Erie. Don't miss the action, only on CN900.
After 16 years as the Plymouth Whalers, the OHL team has officially made the transition to the Flint Firebirds, and both the city and the players couldn't be more excited.
This is a huge deal for Genesee County. It's a huge deal for Flint. The OHL is one of the premier player development leagues in the world, so to be able to bring this type of product to Flint and Genesee County it's huge, very exciting.
We're all working pretty hard. The coaching staff seems really excited, and all the guys seem excited to get the season going, and the tempo's been high in practice, I know, and we're all pretty anxious to kind of get the season going here and get started on the right foot.
So the Plymouth Whalers were one of the first, actually the first American Canadian Hockey League franchise, and they had a tremendous amount of success, 23 consecutive years of playoff hockey. So we've acquired this fantastic tradition, and we're very, very proud of that. The reception has been phenomenal. People here are hockey people, they're hockey fans, they really know their hockey. It's the closest thing to a Canadian city that you can get. People really understand and appreciate great hockey here.
Flint was once home to the Flint Generals, a professional hockey team from 1993 to 2010. So the resurgence of a new team was much needed in this city.
When I played here, and at the time, 20 some odd years ago, we held a minor professional record for most consecutive sellouts. So we're kind of crossing our fingers, hoping that we get that sort of support, because it's huge. It helps the team. When you see the building full, there's a lot of energy, excitement. So that's certainly what we're hoping for.
The response from the community has been fantastic. We had an event here in February. We had the Detroit Red Wing Flint General alumni game, which was a fundraiser for United Way and the Old Newsboys of Flint. And we completely sold out the building. That was another indicator that the community is really a hockey town. Our opening night, which is September 26th, completely sold out in 7 days. Another indication that people are really, really excited about this project. Flint and Genesee County have really, they've really embraced this team. They've opened their arms to it. Bring this team to their community. We had a Name the Team competition. We had over 5,000 unique online entries. So that speaks to the level of excitement that this community has for this franchise. Firebirds was selected, it kind of symbolized rising from the ashes. Flint Phoenix was a name that was very popular, but Phoenix is taken by another team in the Canadian Hockey League, so that wasn't an option for us. Firebirds was very close, and 38 people selected that name. They all gave their different rationales, but the symbolism of rising from the ashes was what really meant the most to us.
The Ontario Hockey League is known as the premier developmental league for the NHL, and the Flint Firebirds have some players to look out for.
It's a high level of hockey. You've got a lot of NHL drafted players, and it's something that the community hasn't seen. Like, this is the highest level of amateur hockey there is in the world. There's more players that head to the NHL from this level than any other league in the world. So it's exciting, and this is the future of the NHL.
You'll see some of the best players that are preparing for the NHL. We'll have 6 drafted players, NHL drafted players on the roster this year. We'll have 2 NHL signed contracted players here in Flint, including a defenseman from the Detroit Red Wings, Billy Sarajarvi. So people will see some great talent.
I got drafted by the Hurricanes 2 years ago, so I signed a contract with them last spring. And I know in the league that we play in, it's a high-tempo game, and there's a lot of skill involved. And you're going to see a lot of guys that'll one day eventually play in the NHL. So there's definitely a lot of skill, a lot of pace to it, and a lot of hitting for sure. So it'll be a fun game. They're going to see a little bit of everything, to be honest.
So our players will be ambassadors for the OHL and for the Flint Firebirds. We will be engaged with the community here. Youth hockey teams will participate with hospital visits, school visits, reading programs. We'll be very active in the community.
In the summer, what I did with Flint, we went back to the Bricks, and we just had our little tent set up and everything. We saw people and we got to talk to them and just kind of put the word out there that, we're in town and we're here and we're excited.
The Flint Firebirds have been practicing at the Iceland Arena, but the newly renovated Dordt Federal Event Center will be ready just in time for the start of their season.
The building is the former Perani Arena, former IMA, was built in 1969. Today it's known as the Dordt Federal Event Center. When it was built, it was the Taj Mahal. It was the best building, one of the best buildings in the country. And so part of our plan here is to renovate the building, bring it back to life, make it really a gem for the community. If you haven't been to an event here, we encourage you to come and check it out. It's beautiful.
We're really looking forward to getting into the rink once the locker room's done. Rolfs has done an amazing job of building a state-of-the-art locker room, and with the scoreboard that he's put in, it's exciting.
We renovated a locker room space. We have a 4,000 square foot locker room suite, which will be one of the best, if not the best in the league. And that's in an effort to show the players that, we have high expectations. We want to deliver, great amenities so we can recruit the very best players to Flint and Genesee County. So the locker room was important. We also constructed a media suite. So out-of-town media, NHL scouts, NHL general managers, when they come to Flint, they're going to be treated exceptionally well, and they'll remember that, and they'll have a very good impression of the community here. That was also very important to us. The spirit of the team is, hard work and determination, and that's really going to be a reflection of this community. This is a very hard-working town, and that's what people are going to expect out of our players, and that's what they're going to get.
For the fans, what they should be looking forward to most is they're going to see this team really grow as the year goes on.
That's the goal. Every year, that's the goal, is to do your best and go as far as you can in playoffs, and at the end of the day, it's bring home that championship.
Be sure to join us again next month as we explore 3 more companies and find out how they make Michigan a beautiful and unique place to visit, live, and work. I'm Sabrina Cronin, and I'll see you next time on Michigan Edge Business Edition.